All right, so page 56 today, and we're talking about two-dimensional figures. And a polygon is a closed figure. Polygon is a closed figure formed by a finite number of segments. Called sides. A closed figure formed by a finite number of segments called sides. So here we go. Here's a polygon. And if we label these points, all right, point B here would be called vertex B. We could call this side right here, side CD. And we could name this polygon by its vertices going in consecutive order. So A, B, C, D, E. Now, polygons can be concave or convex. All right, so concave. This would be an example of a concave polygon. Another example of a concave polygon. And then convex polygons. The difference between concave and convex. Concave, I always remember it as it looks like one of the sides got caved in. Okay? Defining concave is when there is a vertex inside the shape of two other vertex. Meaning this point right here, if I call it point A, do you see how it is inside of point B and point C? If we connected B and C with a line, A is inside of that line, isn't it? And if we did the same thing on this other concave polygon, and we called this D, E, and F, and we connected D and F with a straight line, point E is inside that straight line, inside of the shape. All right. So when that happens, those polygons are classified as concave. These polygons on the right are all convex polygons. If you connect two consecutive vertices, if I connect A to B, there's no other vertex between A and B that's inside the shape. All right. So these are all convex. On the left are concave. Yes. Does it change what? No. Mm-mm. You're going to be asked in the practice today and possibly on your quiz on Friday to classify polygons as concave or convex. And that's all you have to be able to do, is to tell the difference in the two based on the shape itself. All right, and then up on the top of page 57, there's some terms you need to know. How polygons are named. Naming a polygon by its number of sides. And you want to know, I say up to 10, but let's say you need to know the name of the polygon up to 12 sides, actually. All right, and all of those are listed on the top of page 57. So number of sides and then the name. We go 3 sides is a triangle. 4 sides is a quadrilateral. And I think most of you guys know most of these, right? 5 sides is a pentagon. 6 sides is a hexagon. 7, heptagon. 8 sides, octagon. We got 9 is a nonagon. 10, deca. And then we've got 11, hendeca. HENDECA. And 12 sides, dodeca. After that, we're going to name them by the number of sides. So if we get to 13 sides, we're going to call that a 13-gon. And if the shape has 37 sides, that's going to be called a 37-gon. But you do need to know these first 12 because the book and the quiz will refer to a shape as a decagon. All right. You may be asked to find the sum of the angles of a decagon. Well, you're going to need to know that the decagon has 10 sides. And then another term associated with these polygons is equilateral polygon. In an equilateral polygon, all the sides are congruent. In an equilateral polygon, all the sides are congruent. All the sides are the same length. Equiangular. An equiangular polygon, all the angles are congruent. And a regular polygon. Now all the sides and all the angles are congruent. So let's look at example 1 on page 57. It says to name and classify polygons. Name each polygon by its number of sides, then classify it as convex or concave and regular or irregular. So we've got that shape A right there. And it kind of looks and look at the tick marks. And then we got arc marks. All right, so we're going to classify it as convex or concave. Any volunteers? Concave. I'm sorry, we're supposed to do number of sides first. So before number of sides, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is a hexagon. So we got a hexagon, it's concave. And is it regular or irregular? Regular means all the sides are the same and all the angles are the same. It's irregular, right? So it's a hexagon, it's concave, and it's irregular because it does have all of its sides that are the same, but all of the angles are not the same. So this shape, they don't ask you, but it could also be classified as equilateral. Because all the sides are the same. Now, I'm not going to draw that shape B because it's got too many sides. But let's classify it by number of sides. Any volunteers? By sides? Yes. Octagon. Convex or concave? Convex. Now, it's got all the same sides, doesn't it? And it's got all congruent angles. So regular or irregular? Regular, good. You get the idea on naming the shapes or classifying the polygons using different criteria? All right, this is by sides. We talked about concave and convex. Irregular because all the sides and all the angles weren't the same. Equilateral because all the sides were congruent. All right. So we're going to hold up right there for now. Then I'm going to give you some practice, and then tomorrow we'll talk about perimeter and circumference. So your practice for today is going to be on page 61. One through 5 and 11 through 16.